there, thanks for stopping by my channel to color. Today we are going to be working on this adorable new My Favorite Thing stamp called Fall Friends. Aren't they just too adorable? So I got the stamp set here and it comes with a bunch of images and sentiments, and then I also did pick up the die that goes with this and I made a card kit out of this. So this will be available over at the store blog. I'll put a link to it down in the description box. But in your card kit, you're going to get, of course, the stamp and the dies. And then you're going to get enough stuff to make 2 of each of these cards. And this cute little card here, I got the inspiration from DT member Inga over at the My Favorite Things blog. And then for this one, I got the inspiration for this card from the DT member Toriko. And she also did a really cool video on how she colors little images, and she sticks them on the front of the packaging here. So inside, instead of the little girl being plain, there's a little colored image of this girl on the front of her packaging. I think that's really cool. If I remember, I'll put a link to that down in the description box, or if you head over to the My Favorite Things blog, it will show you where to go. But anyway, your kit will get enough to make 2 of each of these cards, and this one's a shaker, so you're going to get all the stuff that comes in there. And then I thought too, it'd be really cool with this one if you use some of these smaller items. I forgot to do it, but you could use like the leaves here, or here's a leaf, or you can use this little acorn and you could use some Versamark and stamp it onto this, or some Spice Pumpkin Distress Ink on this orange piece. You could stamp it on there and make a little decoration on the page. And then for this one, because we're not going to put all these cards together at the end, you'll have to do that with the picture. And we're just going to color today. This one I did some distressed ink, oxide ink, and Spice Pumpkin. You could also use the regular one too. I just put it behind the letters here so it would make the letters for hugs pop up a little bit more. And then on this one, I used a distress stamp that is available over at My Favorite Things to stamp both of these. I stamped it off on a piece of paper. I used peeled paint, and for the dark one, I used walnut stain, and I stamped those on there. And your little piece of cardstock in your kit will already be stamped for you, since I didn't have a bunch of those little stamps standing around. But all 3 of these you can make with your card kit this time, and don't forget, I'll put a link down in the description box. So let's go ahead. And I stamped all of the images on this 4 1/4 by 5 inch or 5 1/2 inch sheet of Neenah 80 pounds cardstock. So we're going to go ahead and color them all at once, and then you can use your dies to cut them out. So let's go ahead and get our skin tones out. So for our skin, we're going to use E11, 21, 00, and R20 for our cheeks. We're going to try to keep it pretty simple, so you can mass produce them if you would like. So let's go ahead and start over here on this little girl on the pumpkin. And so I'm going to do her legs first. So let's turn her like this. And I'm going to say she has on pants. And I'm going to say the sun's coming from over here towards her leaf. So we're going to go with our 11 over here. And then I'm going to do the bottom of her hand. And then for a face, let's go around. And then up here at the top, I kind of brushed away from their little hat. Oh, and her ears. Don't forget those. I almost did. Okay, then we're going to grab our 21, and we're going to go right over the top of the 11. Brush some of this down in here, and then over here I want to touch down on the 11 and flick away. I'm going to bring it up into our white space. And then our little legs. And then we will fill it in with our E00. So I'm going to again brush over her entire leg. So I go from E11 through 21 to the outside. wipe over the entire thing. And then up here for her face, I'm going to again start up here at the top on E11 and just work my way around her face to fill in this white. Then I'm going to grab my R20 and I'm going to give her some cheeks. And I kind of keep them to the outside of the eye towards her ear. And then I think I will take my E00 again and just lightly go over her face one more time. Blend it just a little bit better. See how easy that was? So let's now hop over here. Let's turn our other girl around here. We're going to do this cutie over here. So again, start with your E11. And for this one, we're going to go around the sides and over the top underneath of her skirt. And then we'll do these bottom two fingers for her hand, her ears. And then just like the other girl, I'm going to brush down away from her hat. And then I'm going to bring this color down around the other side. And then we'll grab E21 next. So go right over the top of your 11, up here and fill in another one of these fingers. And then E00 to fill it in. And make sure to go across her entire hand. Then we'll add a dab of our cheek color. And then I'm going to go over her face again with an E00. And since we're going to color them different colors, I'm going to go ahead and color this girl up here too. They always look funny to me if they don't have their skin colored. E21. I'm going to go ahead and fill in down here this time. I'm going to give her a little bit different. I'm going to darken her up a little bit. And then E00. Fill in her face here. I think I'm going to give it 2 coats, so I'm not going to worry that it looks terrible. Let's go with R20 for our cheeks. And then I'm going to come back and we're going to go with E11 again. And we'll give her a little bit darker tone by giving her 2 coats. And then E21. And then our E00 over her entire face. And I'm going to give it a swirl here with my R20 just to give it a little bit more of that pink back. Since we darkened her up, we have to darken her cheeks up. Super cute. Okay, let's work on our grays next. Alright, so all the things that I colored black or gray, we're going to use W5, 7, 1, and 00. And let's go ahead and we'll start on this girl right here. So I'm going to start with her boot. So let's go with W5 right along the edge, down the side, and for this boot. And we'll add W3 to that. And always make sure I touch down on my last color, so I'm touching down on W5. And again, touch down on your W3. And then go over the entire thing with your last color. This time it's W00. I'm going to go ahead and give it 2 coats, so go back again with W5. W3. W1. And then over her entire boot with our W00. I'm going to come back with my W5 and add this shadow along the edge back in. Alright, and then for her, we're going to do her jacket. So let's go right here. And along this side. And then we're going to do along the edges of her coat too. And I start out skinny and then I kind of round it out down here towards the bottom. And then we'll add W3. Again, touch down on top of W5. And I'm going to make it a little thicker towards the bottom. And then W1. W0. Remember, we're going to give it 2 coats, so if it looks horrible, it's still okay. So we're going to come back with W5. And then our W3. W1. And then over her entire coat with W00. And then I'm coming back with W5 to add that little shadow in down here along the edge of her coat. And then let's go ahead and do her hat too. So come along this side right here, and then I'm going to come across. And then I also want to come across this way because she's got a little bit of a bend right here, so I'm going to bring that out in a little V. And then over here, we're going to come up and around a little bit. Next, we'll do W3. Just want to add to this little section. I'm going to connect this little V with this. We want to soften the edge of that W5, so we want to make sure to touch the whole thing. And then we'll do W1. W0 or00, and I'm just filling it the rest of the way in this little thing on the top of her hat, her little beanie top, and we're going to come back. So W5 again, W3, W1, I think I'll use this to color this little beanie thing right here. Might be a little bit darker. And then we'll go over it with W00. Isn't she a doll? All right, so this other little girl, let's hop over here and we'll do her. So again, we're gonna go with our W5 first. Let's go ahead and do her boots. I'm going to make her boots a little bit darker this time, so I'm going to pull it out a little bit further, about a quarter of the way. And then we're also going to do the cuffs on her coat. And we'll add W3 next. And then W1. We're going to give it 2 coats, so W5. And for her, this little girl's beanie over here, I forgot that I was going to come back and add my shadow back in a little bit. Okay, W3 for our girl over here. And W1 next, fill it in. And after I do this little section right here, I make sure to wipe over the entire boot. And for the cuff, I fill in this little dab and then I give it a swipe over the entire thing. And we're going to grab W5 again, and I'm going to add this shadow back in. So I'm going to go right down the edge of her boot. A little bit here on each bottom of this. But we're also going to do her scarf. So let's do right here, because there's a little crease right here. And then I'm going to come in from each side. And then we'll do a W3. W1. And our second coat. W3's next. And then over her entire scarf with W1. And then we're going to add our shadow back in with our W5. Isn't she cute? Okay, so that goes over here to the girl with our little pumpkin. So for her, we're going to do her hat and her scarf. So let's go ahead and start with W5 on her scarf. And she's got a little bit of her scarf in the back right here, so I'm going to flick away from this other one. And then for this one, let's come over the curve and give it a little dip right here. And down this side. And then we'll add W3. And since this one's so far in the back, I'm going to fill that side in. going to give it 2 coats, so don't worry if it looks terrible. And then W1's next. And whoops, W00 next. And then our second coat, so W5. W3. W1. And then our W00. And I'm going to come back with my W5 like I did the others. And I'm going to give it just a little bit of this dark. And we'll pop up here and we'll do her hat. So for her hat, let's do this side over here first. Okay, so I'm going to go up. And then I'm going to come up here, but I'm going to leave a little bit of a white space right here next to her hair. Hopefully. Well, that didn't work out very well. Try to leave a little bit more white space than that. Okay. And then on this side over here, we're going to do the same thing. So let's go this way. And then let's go over here. And there's a little bump right here. So for this little bump, I'm going to bring this little bump out. Same for this one. We're going to bump that out a little bit more. And we'll come in with our W3. And then W1. And then our W00. And then we're going to do our second coat. So W5 again. W3. W1. And then over her entire hat with W00. let's do green next. So for that, we're going to use YG99, YG67, and G94. So for this girl right here, she has on a green sweater. So we're going to start with our 99. Turn her. I'm going to go from this sleeve this way, because remember we want our sun coming from over here. And then our YG67 is next. Because this one is such a brighter green, I went ahead and went over my entire YG99. I just swipe from clear back here at the back and go over the top. And then we'll add G94. I'm going to give it a couple coats, so I'm not going to go all the way to the top. And we'll come back with our YG99. I'm going to bring it out a little bit further than I did the first time. And then YG67 again. And then we'll fill it in with our G94. This girl right here, she had on a black skirt. I forgot her. So let's grab W5 again. And she's got a little spot right here where it goes dips down. So I'm going to go in here first. And then over here where it's under her hand. And then W3. And then W1. And we're going to give it 2 coats. So W5 again. W3. W1. There, that looks better. All right, so let's see here. We're gonna have the girl with a lighter outfit. So let's do her right here, and she's going to have some green. So let's do YG99 first, and I'm going to go ahead and do her cuff. And And then for her skirt, I'm going to go all the way across the bottom where her coat is. Make a straight line. And then she's got this little dip right here. So now I'm going to fill that in. And then I'm going to go on this side of the pleat and this side. Not this middle one. And then this one and this one on the opposite side. And then we'll add YG67. So again, remember to go over your 99 as it's a lot less green than this green. And this middle section, I'm going to go down both sides. And then we've got G94. And I'm going to give it 2 coats. That's why I gave it a little diagonal there at the bottom. .67 again. And then our 94 to fill it in this time. I'm going to hop up here and we're going to do her scarf. So do YG99 first. And then we'll grab 67. G94. And G99 for a second coat. .67. And then our G94 over the entire scarf. All right, she's cute. Okay, this girl over here. So let's go with, she's got on a green hat and a green coat. So let's go with our 99 for our hat. And just like the black hat, we're going to start over here on the edge. Maybe this time I can make it have a little bit of a highlight this time. Oh no, let's not do that. Let's just go cut across. And we'll do 67. G94. And then we start over with YG99. YG67, G94, and then I go over the entire hat. And then she's going to have a green coat. We'll start with our YG99. YG67's next. G94. And we'll give it a second coat with YG99. YG67. These girls sure are cute. I couldn't resist when they popped up on my inbox. G94. Careful around those buttons. Okay, then while we get the green out, let's go ahead and do YG99 on our pumpkin stem. So I'm going to do just half. So I'm going to go along where the pumpkin stem touches the pumpkin, and then go on the bent side. So this and this, and then this and this, and then we're going to fill it in with our YG67. And then we're also going to use this on, let's see what else. Oh, our leaf over here. So I'm going to take my YG99 and I'm going to go down the middle of my lines. And then I'm going to go over that with YG67. So I'm just going to spread them out, make them a little bit wider. And then to that, we are going to add YR18. I'm going to brush down into our green. And to that, we'll add YR07. I'm going to fill in this edge. And I'm going to go back with this dark green again and put that back on. And my YG67 to blend out a little bit. Okay, since we have the oranges out, let's go ahead and do this pumpkin she's sitting on. So for our pumpkins, we're going to use YR18, 07, and 04. So let's start with YR18. So she's sitting on the pumpkin, you can see a little bit right here. So I'm going to go ahead and fill that in. And then I'm going to come down this line on this side. And I'm going to come on this side. And then because it's touching the ground down here, I'm going to go ahead and push away from the bottom. A little bit up here too. And then up here, where she is sitting, let's go underneath of her shoe. And then we want to go away from the bottom down here too a little bit. And then I'm also going to go around the back of her leg and under her shoe. And under her butt. And then we'll add YR07 next. And I'm going to go ahead and start this on this side. And then we'll add YR04. And then we're going to give it 2 coats. So I'm going to grab my YR18 again. Add a little bit to the bottom of that side. Then we'll add YR07. And then YR04. Fill it in. And I'm going to use this to go over the entire pumpkin. So I like to, even though I filled this side all in, I still like to go over it a couple of times. So here I filled it in, and then I swipe over this section. And then we'll fill this one in. And then let's go from this side. So we're going to go swipe, 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 and then run it all the way to the top. Okay, and then I want to add a little bit of a few lines. So I'm going to grab my YR18 again. And we're going to add a few little pumpkin lines here. And then on this one, we'll go there, have some coming down. Like that. Okay, so I did the other smaller pumpkins exactly the same way. So let's go ahead and do her hair. So for her hair, we're going to use E44 and 42. We'll start with E44, and I did not do anything fancy. It's just brush down away from the top of her hat, and then this little section's behind all this other stuff. I went like that, and then what I did is I went along the edges of each of these. Over here, let's do the inside. And then for a ponytail, we can do a couple of little stripes. And then I filled it in with my E42. And I'm going to come back with my E44 again. Just put a little bit of this back in. Okay, and as long as we have this out, let's go ahead and do her boots. So for her boot, I'm going to give it a swoosh of brown, E44. Only next we're going to add E43. And then 42. I'm going to go ahead and add another little swish of my 44 along the back here. And then she's got this little hair tie-in, so let's do G94. I'm just going to fill that in. Okay, let's pop over here and do these girls' hair. So we'll start with our 44. And let's grab this one up here too, as long as we're going, since she doesn't have the They're kind of sparse on their hair here. Trying to color their ear like I did. Next we'll add 42 to fill it in. And I tried to use, I kept it simple, so I used everybody has the same hair, and then I used all the same colors on the girls' outfits, so that you wouldn't have to get out 1,000,002 colors. You could just get out them, but you could totally make them look completely different by just changing their outfits up. Here. Okay. And then this girl here has brown buttons. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take and go around in a circle on the inside and leave a little circle in the middle of the button. And then I'm going to take my 42 and I'm just going to swoosh over the top of that. Like that. Okay, what is this girl? This girl over here still got buttons. So let's take W5 and do the same thing. So I'm just going to go in a circle. And then we'll go over that with the W1. And then we have her skirt. Her skirt is orange, like the pumpkin. So let's start with YR18. So just like this girl's skirt down here, the green one, we're going to go clear across the underneath of her coat. And then fill in that little V. And then we'll go down this line and this line. And then the outside of this line. And next we'll add YR07. So we go right over the top of that line. And then extend these out. And then 04. And I'm just trying to touch the edge of that 07 just to soften it a little bit. And then we'll fill it in with our 04. Okay, what does that leave us with? Our little squirrel guy here. Okay, let's start with E44 for our little squirrel. And I'm going to color the top of his little ears in. And then we're going to come down away from the top. And then let's do a little dab on his arms. And then for this guy's tail, let's do in here. And I think I'll do a little bit around on the inside there. Then we'll add E44 or 43. And then our 42. Now I'm going to go with E44 again. And then 42 or 43. And then over his entire body with 42. And then I'm going to take R20 and fill in his ear, nose, and I'm going to give a couple of cheeks. Okay, let's do this little guy too. Isn't he cute? So again, you're going to start with 44. And we're going to do him the same as the other little guy. So I'm going to do his little ears. And then I'm going to brush up here at the top a little bit. And then we'll do 43. $42. And then let's clean him up with the second coat, so 44. $43. And 42. Then you got to do your R20 in the ears, nose, and some cheeks. And there you have it. Aren't they cute? Love those. Okay, so let's go up, and again, I'll show you the cards again. So don't forget, when you do the pumpkins, I did it exactly the same as I did this pumpkin. So don't forget, in your card kit, you're gonna get this little beauty, and you can use whatever little guys you want in there. You can switch it up. And this cute one here. And this one. Oh, and let me think here. Oh, I forgot that we need to add our little, let's do our white paint pen on here. So on my white paint pen, sorry, I forgot about that. I'm going to take my white paint pen and I'm going to add some white. Oops. Hopefully not going to make a big mess like I do. Okay, so I'm going to do a little dot here on her hat. And then I'm going to do a little line. This. And then we'll do a dot over here. A little line on this side. And I think I'll go ahead and just do some little buttons on her coat. And I'm going to do the buttons on this little girl's coat. And did I do some white on this other girl? I did. This little sweater girl right here. Okay, so for her, I gave her a sweater some dots. Like that with that. And then I took this Sakura jelly roll in black and I added that for some dots. And this actually makes their eyes kind of pop a little bit, so I gave them a little bit on each of their eyes. You want to be careful pushing down on it because it will make it go quite a bit more. And what else we got? Oh, we got this. Okay, and on this girl over here too, with her hat, I gave her some lines on her hat. So let's go with this, and let's see. I'm wondering if their eyes are dry. I want to make sure I don't touch those. Okay, so we're going to give them a couple of little lines. So let's go. She's got like a little bump right here on her hat, so I'm going to go a little bit above that. And kind of curve it around in a curve. So let's do one, and then let's do one over here. This. And then let's have a couple on this side. And then you're going to want to go with some across the top too if you'd like. So let's go, how about right here? And right here. So she's got a little bit of a pattern there on her hat. You could also do white too. You do little white lines on there. I think that would look really cool. But that's the decorations I added this time. I didn't do any sparkle in their hair, but you totally could. But there we have it. Those are our 3 cards this time. So I hope that you had fun coloring. If you have a question, leave me a comment down below and I will make sure to get back to you. Don't forget to hit the like button if you like the video and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Make sure to hit that little bell next to it so you'll be notified whenever I upload a new video. So I hope you are having a fabulous day and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.